What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another episode of The Countdown to Halloween! This is a daily series in which every episode I'll show you how to create popular characters from the horror genre using the LEGO DC Super-Villains Character Customizer. So, without further ado, let's see who we're going to be making today. Alright, so in today's episode, we're of course going to be making Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th franchise. So to start off with, we're of course going to head into custom character, appearance, head. We're going to go down to preset head this time, and we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until we find Red Hood's mask, which is of course this one right here. Now then, I went through so many different variations of this character with this customizer, and personally I think this is the best head to use for this character, especially when you make it this color right here, because you can see it's got the red lines and everything, and I think that is probably the best substitute for a hockey mask in this customizer, because unfortunately there is just nothing like that in this game, but I still think this looks pretty cool. Now then, once you've done that, you're of course going to back out of there, go into body, preset body, and we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until we find Vandal Savage's body. Now I know not everyone is going to have the TV Supervillains DLC pack, so what I suggest is if you don't have that, then scroll all the way to the top until you find the prison jumpsuit, which is this one right here, and make it this color, because then you can make a Friday the 13th Part 3 Jason, which I have made and it actually turned out pretty cool. So I definitely recommend doing that if you don't have Vandal Savage's pieces in your customizer. But if you do, of course, select that and make it this color right here. Then once you've done that, you're going to, of course, back out of there, go into arms, both arms, and you could make both arms blank with the same color as the torso, but personally, I like to add a little bit more detail. So what I did is I went with Bronze Tiger's arms, and I made it the same color, because you can see the lines there. I think they look like creases in the jacket, so I think that looks pretty cool, and just adds a little bit more detail into the character model. For the hands, we're just going to go ahead and give Jason black gloves, like this. And then for the hips, we're going to go with dark gray hips, which is this one right here. And then, of course, for the legs, we want to make sure that we choose boots. We're going to make sure that color 1 is dark gray, the same as the hips, and color 2 as black for the boots. Looking very, very cool indeed. Now, of course, we can move on into the effects. So, for the effects, we don't want a left-hand glow and we don't want a right-hand glow. For the hit impact effects, I've been getting a lot of requests from people saying that they want the hit impact effects to be red for Jason. So, why not? Let's do it. There you go. Red impact effects for Jason. I think the bright red looks better, so we'll stick with that one. And then for the jump slam effects, I think what we'll do is we'll just turn that on like this, and we'll just go ahead and make it black. Nice. Looking very, very cool indeed. So now that we're done with the appearance and the effects, we can of course move on into abilities. So I didn't actually give Jason anything on triangle, X, or square, but I did give him something on tap circle, and that is of course a teleport ability. Now straight away you're probably thinking, wait, what? Jason Voorhees can teleport? Well, in the later Friday the 13th movies, we do see Jason just literally pop up out of nowhere to take someone out, and the teleport ability is listed on the Friday the 13th wiki. So I figured, you know, what we'll do is we'll give him the teleport ability, but we'll make as less of an effect as possible, because of course we've never seen him coming out of a portal or anything like that. So what we'll do is we'll go with teleport style 4, which is like a fire effect, and we'll just make it black for both colors. So color 1 and color 2, and you can see there it just looks like he's coming out of thin air, which I think is a nice little reference to the fact that a lot of people believe he has this ability. So I think that looks pretty cool. Now then, onto Jason's skills. So we don't need a grapple, and while Jason is very smart when it comes to setting traps and whatnot, I still don't think the technology ability really applies to him here, so I think we'll leave that. We'll also leave acrobat, mind control, telekinesis, we'll add wall climbing, and we definitely want smash walls and super strength. The only other abilities I really gave him were tracking, which I used with, I think we'll go dark red. How about that? Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And finally, stealth. You gotta have stealth, absolutely. Alright, so we've done the appearance and the abilities. Now, of course, we can move on into personality. So, for the health icon, I just went with red. For the health type, now here's the thing, you see, because even before Jason became undead, he showed an exceptional amount of tolerance for pain. So really, I think invulnerable works for whatever version of the character that you're trying to make. For the voice, just go with any voice. I'm just going to go with voice 1. For the speed, just choose normal. We don't need to select a target reticle. And for the animation, this doesn't really matter either, because when we select a weapon, it's going to overwrite that animation, but just go ahead and select normal. Now then, on to weapons. So obviously Jason has used a lot of different ways of killing people in the Friday the 13th franchise. So you could pick nearly everything in this list and it would fit the character. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select his second most used weapon, which is an axe. So we're going to go into hammers and axe types, and we're going to select the woodcutter axe, and of course we're going to make it dark grey. Nice. I think that looks pretty cool. Lastly, of course, we need to select some basic information. So for the status, we'll go with villain. For the affiliation, we'll just go with unknown. And then for the name, we're of course going to name him Jason Voorhees. I'm not sure if this is actually going to fit, but let's see. Jason, there we are, Voorhees. Yeah, it works. Nice. Alright, cool. So now, of course, what we're going to do is drop Jason into the hub world and see just what he can do. And here he is. This is, of course, my custom-made Jason Voorhees made in LEGO DC Super-Villains. Let's just get a good look at him right here. Honestly, I'm really happy with the way this character turned out. I mean, I think the clothes are spot on, but the mask is what I really wanted to get right, because unfortunately, there is literally nothing in the customizer that looks anything like a hockey mask. But Red Hood's mask in that color with those red lines and everything looks really cool and definitely reminds me of Jason, so I'm happy. So what can he do? Well, of course, he can attack enemies, which we'll demonstrate on Freddy Krueger here. Gives off this really cool red effect, which a lot of you guys wanted me to add, and I think it looks awesome, I have to be honest. He can also do this ground pound, and he can teleport, so he's a pretty cool character. Oh, let's steal candy from a baby, because why not? Jason Voorhees stealing candy from a baby. Only in LEGO DC Super-Villains. So let's actually go cause some chaos as Jason Voorhees. I think what we want to do, though, is we need a vehicle. Can we just take this taxi? Yeah, we'll take this taxi. Alright, let's go find some police. Alright, so let's see what this move looks like with the red effects. Yep, that looks awesome. Oh, sorry, Freddy. Actually, no, why am I saying sorry? I should be against you. Hang on a second, Freddy. I'm going to take you down. Take that, Freddy! Take that! And that. I'm missing every hit. There we go. Oh, got some SWAT team after us. Well, now you see me. Now you don't. I love that. That teleport ability actually fits him really well, so I'm quite happy I added that. Take care of these police officers here. Boom! And you're gone. And you're gone too. Or maybe not. Oh, you see that? That guy just hit that police officer. I didn't even know the cars could cause damage. So if I hit a police officer with a car, would that cause damage in the game as well? I wonder. Interesting. I've never noticed that. It's funny how I've been playing this game for so long, and I'm still noticing little things. I'm actually still finding areas that I didn't even know were in the game as well, so that's pretty cool. So it's actually kind of fitting that I'm making this video, because apparently there are plans to reboot the Friday the 13th franchise. I think LeBron James is going to have something to do with it. I'm really not quite sure right now. I think it's still early days, but it's cool to hear that they're going to try again. What I like with a reboot, though, is because obviously it's inevitable that you're going to worry about these things. It's a reboot. You know, you don't want them to mess up a great franchise. But I think what I want them to do is try and do your own thing, but at the same time, be faithful to the original. You know, you've got to be faithful to where it all began, but do your own thing. I think that's the key to making a good reboot. But we'll see. It could be terrible for all we know, but at least we always have the originals. That's something we can always fall back on, regardless of where this franchise eventually ends up. Right. Where's all the police? There they are. I knew they'd follow me eventually. Take that! And this. Oh, that's cool when you got the little cinematic camera there from inside. That looks awesome. What's up here? Is it an interior? What's in here? Okay. Oh, wait, is that... I think that's Wayne Manor. Yeah, it is Wayne Manor, so we don't need to go in there. It's just an interior. There's nothing really special in it or anything like that. Not Wayne Manor, sorry. Wayne Enterprises, I think. Yeah, Wayne Enterprises, that's right, my bad. Take that! And this. Awesome. So, you know, Jason, he doesn't have a whole lot of abilities, so he's pretty grounded compared to the rest, but of course, you know, he can also, like, pick up cars and throw them and stuff because he's super strong, and he can take people out, like, nearly in one hit, and he's invincible, so he is really cool. It's just he's not, like, one of the most fascinating characters I've made in terms of abilities, but I love Jason. I mean, you can't not. He's one of the coolest horror characters of all time, so I definitely could not miss him out on this list. I mean, I've been getting so many requests to make this character, and like I said in the Freddy video, he's been on the list since day one. Absolutely. I just could not miss out Jason Voorhees. He's a legend in horror, just like Freddy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the latest episode of The Countdown to Halloween. Stay tuned for the next episode tomorrow, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.